Welcome to the latest special of Last Boxing. I better do a quick whip round, see if Andy decided to turn up this year. So we'll start with Andy. Happy New Year, Andy. I know you've not been well, so violins and all that.
Happy New Year, boys.
Happy New Year, Sean.
Happy New Year, guys.
And Happy New Year, Daz.
Happy New Year.
Okay, let's get into the topic. So, Liam Cameron, is Ben Whittaker ducking Liam Cameron? A bit of a to and fro on social media. And because I'm being kind in the new year, I'll bring the co-host in first. So, Andy, give us your thoughts on what's happening with this fight.
Nothing's happening with this fight. That's the problem. Liam Cameron is a genuine, straightforward geezer, and he's saying it how it is. He's calling out the situation. See, what you don't often get with fighters is you don't often get fighters coming out and calling other fighters out, properly calling them out. They do it like the normal crappy way. But you don't often get fighters coming out and saying, "Look, you're ducking me because you don't want it." And unfortunately, that is how it looks. Now, I'm not in there with negotiations. I don't know the full truth, like none of us are. But it's plain and simple, Carl. Ben Whittaker didn't have the answers for Liam Cameron in that first fight. Now, he's saying, I've seen a few interviews where he's come out, I think he did Froch on Fighting, he's done a few more saying he wasn't himself, he didn't get started, but next time out, he'll prove who the real fighter is. Well, doing all this and ducking fights and not agreeing and saying that I want it on, and Ben Shalom coming out saying I want a boxer.
Get your money out then.
That's not a shining light to say that they actually think that Ben Whittaker can beat Liam, though, is it? Because if they really believed it, does it matter what platform it's on? We've gone through all this. We don't have stuff on your platform before. I mean, look at what happened with the British heavyweight title fight that didn't happen to begin with. Why did that big phrase didn't take the fight? And it looked bad on him, and it wasn't him. He wanted to take it, and Ben Shalom pulled it because for whatever reason.
The man who was going to unify the boxing promoters, if you remember his early statements.
Well, there's obviously been a bit of to and fro, anti-car with him and Frank Warren, and now Liam Cameron signed with Frank Warren. Maybe that's the sticking point. But let's be right. Let's call it out as it is, or the way it looks currently to me anyway. They're hiding behind that, and they don't want the fight. Now, I hope Ben Whittaker proves me wrong and finds his gonads, and actually makes the fight happen, because he has a lot to prove, Cole.
Yeah. Does it happen? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, let me bring Daz in. So Daz, obviously, Liam Cameron. You're familiar with him, I believe.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, Liam.
Yep. So, give us your thoughts, because you don't mince his words. He reckons that the offer from Queensbury is a lucrative one, to use his words. So, what do you think's cracking off?
Mate, I don't see what the obstacle is, to be fair. Listen, if they've sent a good offer in and Ben Shalom's not happy with the offer, counter offer it then.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Just like Andy just pointed out, Ben wants it on Boxer. And like you said, get your money out then. It's that simple. I just don't know what the issue is. I think Ben in that first fight, I mean, he said it weren't him. He started off all right. He started off quite quick, to be fair. But I think he thought Liam was just gonna fall. But listen, there's an interesting point here. Liam's got a very, very good guard to his head. He's got a very tight guard upstairs. And there was a podcast on the other day where Liam's actually on it with Domingo, right? And if you talk to him, if you watch that podcast, you'll hear Liam referencing his guard. He knows he's always had a watertight guard to Ed. And he says the only man to punch through that guard is Kell Brook in sparring. That's it. There's only Kell Brook has ever punched through that guard. So you know, to me, it were a bit evident from first round. Ben was hitting gloves, you know.
That's tiring, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ben was hitting Liam's gloves, and I said, oh, you know, I sat watching it with my missus. To be fair, 'cause she's met Liam a couple of times. He's a bit of a character, and I said he's going to get tired out. I said he's going to run out of ideas. If Ben doesn't start going to Liam's body, he's going to be in trouble. And it was just Ben was just a one-trick pony in that fight, just trying to head on all the time.
Do you think it happens, Daz?
No, I don't. To be fair,
so if it doesn't happen, where does Cameron go? So I'm looking at the rankings.
Well, there's been talk of him. He's been ordered to fight Lyndon Arthur again, in an eliminator for British title. Listen, I love Liam. I think he's an absolute character. He's an absolute gentleman.
There's a bit.
Yeah, he's an absolute diamond. And you know what? His life story ought to be made a film. You know, I was actually involved with him when he was going through this ban. You know, Mike was training him, and so I sort of, you know, I saw how deflated he was. So, you know, what it did to him, and to come to where he is now, it's just a testament to the man himself. But we can't lie to ourselves. He's lost 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, would we want to see him in with an absolute killer? Do you know what I mean? Listen, Liam could more than hold his own. You know, back in the day, he was number 11 with IBF at one point. I think that was when Golovkin was world champ. But like I say, he's lost 5 years through no fault of his own, as far as I'm concerned. But give him what he deserves. You know, he deserves a Ben Whittaker rematch.
Yeah.
Or if he's going to be put in with, you know, someone who we wouldn't really want to listen, pay him well, pay him very, very well. You know, he deserves it. But I think Shalom's going to keep Whittaker away from him because he got away with one last time.
Yeah.
I've seen that Liam what he started to do to Whittaker. I've seen that in the gym. You know, he'll just walk through, he'll catch your punches, and he'll catch and counter you. And his counters are very spiteful. They don't travel very far, but they're spiteful and accurate.
Yeah.
I've seen that many times. I said, this is what he's going to do. He's just going to catch and counter and just wear him down. Break his heart, basically.
Again, it's not a resolution of mine to keep saying you called it on Thursday night shows, but I believe you called this one as well, didn't you, Daz? I must stop being nice.
I think what with the result.
No, I think you said Cameron was going to give him.
Oh yeah. I said that Liam would. I said Liam would give him all he can, and if Liam's got anything to what he had left, Liam would proper surprise him. I think I picked Ben on points. I think, because you know he might go on back foot and nick. You know, when he thought it would getting hard, he might nick last 3 rounds behind jab or something. But yeah, I mean Liam obviously has got a lot more left than what we thought. Or is it because Ben Whittaker's just not as good as we thought? You know.
Let me bring Sean in, Daz. So Sean, again, give us your thoughts on whether you think this is going to happen. And I mean, with Ben Shalom, to use Liam's word, knocking the deal back immediately. What's going off?
I mean, it's the easiest thing in boxing to do, isn't it? Saying that you want it on your terms, on your channel. And it's just a simple way of saying that he doesn't want the fight effectively, what Ben Shalom said. And for Whittaker as well, given how the fight ended with the whole sprained ankle thing, broken ankle, sort of what he was playing on, I mean, surely as a person, you want to get back in there and even for your own pride. So it's just not a good look for him, to be honest. And as you've all said, I don't think the fight will happen because of politics.
if he's talking about going anywhere near world level at this weight division, with all due respect to Liam, he's got to right this wrong, hasn't he, Sean?
Yeah, absolutely. And if he had anything about him, surely that's what he will want to do as well. It's just really not a good look, and I do feel sorry for Liam Cameron because he deserves a big fight and a big payday given what he sacrificed.
Okay, quick round robin, one word answer. We've asked whether you think the fight will take place. Now, humour me. The fight takes place. Who wins it? And I come to Andy first.
Liam Cameron.
Sean?
Liam Cameron.
Daz?
Oh, Liam.
I'll
go Ben, if it happens.
What? Just before, I know you want it to be quick, Cole.
Yeah,
just quickly then, because you've not really given your opinion. Why do you think Ben Whittaker? What do you think Ben Whittaker can do to change it?
So I think he'll come in much more prepared this time, and I think he'll take the fight more seriously than he did last time when he got between the ropes. I generally don't think he took the fight very serious. I know he said he did, but I just think it'll be a lot more clinical performance from Ben. He's a good fighter in there. I know what all been said about this performance with Liam. I do generally think there's a good fighter in there, so I believe he'll stop.
I have a concern though, mate, because all we've seen since he's turned pro is larking around against, with all the most respect in the world, journeyman. He's come up against one proper fighter, class fighter, that's you can say British Commonwealth level, because that's where he was at before he had his ban, and he's fell short. He had no answers. When his game A didn't work, Carl, he didn't have a game B.
Yeah, I believe he will have next time out. I think you'll see a much more serious Ben Whittaker. Whoever he fights next time out, I think you'll see a complete different fighter in the ring who utilises, in no doubt, the talent that that's got. I think we'll utilise it more. So
do you know? For me, a massive problem with Ben Whittaker is a similar problem to what Eubank Jr. had. They fight like the one-punch knockout artists, and they're not. You know, Eubank Senior could switch the lights out with 1 hit. Ben, I mean, he's talking models himself on Naz. Naz could switch the lights out with 1 hit.
Yeah.
Ben Whittaker can't. So I think he's sort of stuck in a bit of a flashy style where he lands one big shot and thinks they're going to fall over. And while he's thinking that, he's getting a reply.
My honest opinion that we see a different fighter when he's next between the ropes. I think he's had a lot of time now to go back to the drawing board. He's had a shock to the system. So I just think he'll take the game a bit more seriously. Just my view.
He has a lot to prove, though, Carl.
He has a lot to prove. But we won't know that till he gets back on the canvas, right?
Yep, true.
Okay, boys, thank you very much. This has been Last World Boxing. Agree or disagree with whether the fight takes place, and if it does, who wins, in the comments below. This has been Last World Boxing, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.